to me.
It does have that look around.
It does, doesn't it? So the
gathering.
first courthouse that we saw, the Tudor one, where people were hanged outside with a gibbet, and this is the other courtroom, another courtroom.
This feels like it later than that one out there.
Right. So this William character, he's haunting here, is he?
I think he comes in here, he's present in here. Remember, the more we talk about him, the more he will make himself known.
And what connection does he have to the courthouse?
I think he was tried here.
He was tried here?
Yeah, he was tried here, definitely.
For what?
For murder.
Okay.
For murder, of his wife.
Okay.
Murder of his wife.
So it's basically, I'm just asking, because this is you know, the information that we get you, you're giving it to us, you're confirming that...
Yeah, definitely, but it's almost like the words I'm getting in my ear is been here before, so he's obviously been a criminal before.
So why would he have been here before?
It seems like it's a very short spell, but it feels something domestic, so that may have built up to the event itself. Neglect, it feels like neglect. Not being able to either pay tax or afford something. I can see a lack of money. I can see money falling through his hands. So he hasn't been able to afford something and he's been put in prison.
And how old was he when he went into prison for the first time, do you think?
I think he's probably very late 30s, maybe just about 40.
Was it years later after his first offence, or...?
No, it almost feels as if... this is why I think the two are linked. There's almost like a trigger. Do you know what I mean? He had the domestic issue, or perhaps it was coming in here, there was the issue, and then he's gone on because he's kind of got angry about it or something. That's maybe what's happened.
Well, let's go downstairs and see maybe if we can actually get hold of William and more information from him. I think we need to go that way.
Okay.
Our murder mystery in Ruthin has led to a library once a courthouse. What more will the coming hours reveal?
It's like, I want to kill you!
I'm historian Leslie Smith, and I've asked Yvette Fielding and the Most Haunted team to investigate the perplexing murder of a woman by her estranged husband in Ruthin. David has already gained the man's name, William, and feels the reasons leading to the murder lie perhaps in his morbid contemplation whilst he languished in prison. Will further investigation in the library once the courthouse, where William was sentenced, reveal more?
Well, David, you said you wanted to come down, so I brought you down into the bowels of the library. And do you remember we've had experiences in libraries before. This is a little bit more modern.
Yeah.
And possibly a lot less scary in the dark. Who knows? But as we're coming down here, there's two tunnels that house these sort of shelves of books. This side, and then there's one through there.
Yeah.
What, are you picking up on the spirit of William? Is he down here? And why would he be down here if he is?
Well, I feel his energy down here, definitely. And I think, to be fair, it's not just his energy, it's the whole energy of the place. I think this is definitely a holding cell, a holding area, where they would have been brought into before taking upstairs to the courtroom. I think what I'm picking up on, first of all, on a general level, is the fear. So I'm picking up on people's fear, and all the people who did it know they're going to be done in because of it, as well as all the people who didn't do anything and are demented with the fact that they can't do it. But we're looking for William, so that's who I'm kind of in my head calling out for. And I can sense him very faintly. It's really faint, but he's definitely here. And I think what's interesting about him is he himself. Remember, I said people are demented by it. It's almost like here. Maybe this is the first time he's here. I've got the sensation of I haven't done anything wrong. I've done what I could, but circumstances have kind of. Maybe he's lost his job and couldn't pay, or maybe he's. Do you know what I mean? There's that sensation of desperation about him.
Out of his control, almost, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's desperate.
Can I ask a specific question as we're walking down? There's a little piece of information that I know about this area here. You said he would have been in a holding cell and then taken upstairs. Can you see that journey? Can you see how would he have gone up the ramp that we would have gone up? Did this look like it did?
No, it feels as if this would have been cells. It feels as if, I don't think they would have been held in one big place.
Right.
I think it would have been divided. But it doesn't it doesn't feel to me as if he came down and went up the same route we went. It feels sharper.
Right.
The route feels much sharper than the one we came down.
Okay.
What do you mean, like maybe
Like
steep stairwell?
yeah, or just a straight staircase, really, to be honest.
Okay.
But I think he would have gone straight into, you know how they go straight into the dock,
Right.
that sort of situation.
It makes sense thinking about the layout of the building, because at the bottom of the ramp there is, it's just walled up now, but some of the staff have said that there's a possibility that would have been a direct staircase up into the courthouse.
Right, yeah.
But we don't know for sure, but that's what you're picking
Yeah.
up. It kind of makes sense.
Okay.
I think, though, we should come back here and do vigils.
Definitely.
Because this is where, for me, this is where his journey begins. And I almost want to say a journey into madness. That's essentially what I want to say, a journey into madness
And
begins.
it started here on his first visit.
Yeah, I think so. I think the potential was maybe always there. He was maybe always a little bit, a little bit virgin on the neurotic or whatever. But then when certain things are taken away from you, like your freedom, for something you consider yourself to be innocent over, he's kind of, in my mind's eye, he's doing this. He's still doing this. He's kind of, that kind of scream pose where he's screaming.
What time period, just to refresh the facts that we've got so far, what time period are we talking about with this gentleman?
Late 1800s, early 19s, very early 19s, 1901, 2, about 2, I would say.
Okay. You say that William was tried here twice. Is there any way you can sort of build up on the story about, you mentioned about it was to do with money. Any more information on that? That was the first time you say that he was brought here.
Yeah, I think the first time he does it, he feels gentler, if somewhat kind of embarrassed about it all, really. He doesn't feel quite so angry as the second time. I think it's something to do with not being able to provide for his family. He can't provide for his family, and perhaps he's estranged from his wife. Maybe they've not been getting on, so he's left the family at home, which made her a pauper, I guess. So he's then responsible for that, because I know that I know that from a distant memory there was problems, wasn't there, if you abandonment and money, etc., etc.
Right.
So he's been caught for that. It's kind of like an ancient version of the child protection thing. You're not providing. Here's your responsibility: pay up or go to prison.
Okay. And was he tried here for the second time?
It feels as if he was. Yeah, absolutely. I think this is like a county courthouse, and as he was, in this area, this is where all that would have gone through.
Where do you want to go now, then?
I'd like to follow his journey. If he's been tried here, he's clearly gone to prison, and I'd like to follow him there. I'd like to go to where he was incarcerated, just the next step.
Well, that's really easy for all of us, because there's only one place that could be in this village. So we'll go there now, if that's all right.
Okay.
Brilliant. But this we're definitely coming back
Definitely.
to.
Following David's wishes and my earlier instructions to Yvette, the team moved to Ruthin Jail, where William would have been imprisoned and eventually met his end. Hanged for the murder of his wife. Would David pick up on all of this?
Well, here we are.
I hate these places.
I know.
hate them with a passion.
Because whenever we come to jails, we've always had some good activity, haven't we? We really have.
And I think a lot of it is energy, the energy of a place, the stored energy of a place. It's just so important, and it's vital here, because you get all that human emotion and all the rubbish that goes with the lifestyle is built into it,
Yeah, of course. So, of course, the reason why we're here is because you wanted to come with connection to the spirit of William.
Yeah.
Are you picking up on him here?
I am. I'm trying to get through all the others that are here, because there's a lot of, it's that clambering thing, how we can get.
How many spirits in total do you think there are here? Do you think it's very haunted?
I think there's lots of residual stuff which people might think it's haunting, but I would put it about 4 or 5, and odd mixes really. There's a couple of males. I think one could be our friend. He's further up the building,
Okay.
And there may be a kind of very large, very loud, very drunk woman around the place as well.
We like loud. Should we go up to the next level?
I really want to get upstairs, and
Okay.
get more from him, really.
Okay, let's do that then. It's funny, it doesn't feel oppressive to me because it's all been done out very neat and tidy, like a museum. you don't get that feeling, do you, of the dread and awfulness that must have, the feelings that must have been very powerful here.
I don't know. I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I can see that. But for me, it's in the air. I can feel it in the air. You know, it's like it's pressing down on you, especially here. Look at it.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't
It's
it? Look at
extraordinary.
that. So, William, that's who we're really after, aren't we? We've got to